Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to the It is a Sarah podcast. Today it is Monday, February 9, 2026, and in this episode I want to share my handwerk perikelen. That's a Dutch word for my creative adventures from this week with you. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutchy English. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for making this podcast. I make my episodes in Dutch and in English, so be sure you pick the right one. You can watch both with subtitles if you want to, but they are automatically generated, so every now and then a little bit weird. Yeah, I have a lot to share in this episode. Let's start with what I'm wearing, and one of my eyelashes is not straight. I wear my light bright sweater today, and I think I shared quite recently about it. It's a pattern from wool and pine, a top-down raglan sweater with a scoop neckline, which I really love. I added some color work and it's quite short actually. I'm wearing it on a dress, on a skirt. It's better to wear it on a dress because it is on the short side, but I can pull this up quite high. And it's still feeling nice because the elastic is when you can wear something with elastic, please do, because it makes your life better. It makes my life better. I will never put myself in jeans. No, that's not true. Every now and then I wear jeans. I have some brown jeans. But yeah, when you can wear dresses and skirts which are feeling so relaxed, yeah, it's quite hard to feel the motivation to wear something different. I am also wearing special socks. Let's see if I can show them with you. It is a big mess in my bedroom, knitting office. Those socks, I don't think you can see the mess. It's quite okay. Those socks I knitted together with my friend, and it was her first pair of socks. It is a Zauberball Crazy, and she didn't have any sock knitting experience by then, so I did the challenging parts, the heel, the toe and the cuff, and she knitted the leg, and we both have a pair. She has different colors, but it's very special to knit socks together with a friend. I actually did that with some knitters before, but she's really in my socks, so every time I wear this pair of socks I feel connected with my friend. I know she wears hers a lot as well. So if you have a friend who wants to learn some sock knitting, or just who already can knit socks, it's very special to share your project. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, I have had the best weekend. We had a knitting event in my hometown. It's quite a big knitting event in the Netherlands. It's called the Breidagen, which you can translate as knitting days. It's an event with the main focus on selling and buying yarn. You can also follow some workshops, but there are a lot of vendors with beautiful yarn and other creative related stuff, knitting and crochet related. Yarn related. So that was really fun, and because it was in my hometown I decided to go both days. I met so many lovely people. There's a lovely knitting community in the Netherlands, and it's always nice to see other people, and I did something very challenging for me. I interviewed people when I was invited with a lot of other YouTubers and other people for KnitFest in Switzerland, also a very lovely event. They asked us to interview visitors of the event, and that was quite exciting because it was out of my comfort zone. Filming in the wild is also a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's very safe to do it in your own bubble, your own home. But being in public, filming in public, I don't know. I always feel a little bit awkward. But it was so nice to hear the stories. people wearing beautiful outfits, telling their stories. I really love that. So it inspired me to do the same kind of thing in the Netherlands this week. And I interviewed all the Dutch knitters and Belgian knitters. And even, yeah, she was originally from Dutch, Marja. I think you're watching, but she lives in the United States, but she was here for a family trip. Yeah, so that was very exciting, and I made a very long episode in Dutch, but I think you can watch it with subtitles. All the lovely people with their lovely garments, so it was fun. I did buy a little bit of yarn. I hardly visited any vendor because there was no time, because of all the talking and all the connecting, but I didn't need yarn. I did buy a little bit. Yeah, maybe, it's okay. Maybe I will show it later, but I have other things to share in this episode. Let's start with one finished object. I really casted on new projects like crazy the past I think this year, 2026. And now I'm feeling it's time for a little bit more balance. It goes quite natural. I still haven't cast on everything I want to cast on, but I also feel the need for finishing things. I will focus on that this week. But I have a finished object, only it's not knitted or crocheted, it's sewn. I made a new dress, and I won't deep dive in it right here, but I showed the fabric in my last episode, I guess, and I turned it into a dress. I made my daughter chanterelle pants. She's very happy with them. So with them, do you say them to a pair of pants? It's confusing. It was just one pair of pants. But I made this dress. It's a regular Hinterland dress, and I love the fabric. It's dark grey with black, and yeah, it's really interesting. I'm also wearing a lighter brown fabric skirt, a skirt with lighter brown fabric, and it's so interesting what color can do with your knitted wardrobe, combining my garments I have for years with a totally different fabric gives all the new opportunities. So it's very interesting. I love that I am able to combine sewing. I still don't really love sewing, but I love that I can combine my hand sewn items with my hand knitted items and crochet. So happy with that. Yeah. I picked a few things I want to share with you in this episode. I have so many works in progress right now that I can choose. I think I have 23. I don't remember I ever had so many things happening on my needles, but I love the feeling. I can grab intuitive everything I want to work on, and yeah, as I said, this week I will focus. It's not that I spend my time on all the projects. I divide my time over all the projects. It goes a little bit intuitive. Sometimes there's a hyper focus on a specific project, and then suddenly my attention changed to another one, and yeah, I really love that. Don't think, just do what you love. That's making me really happy. But I am working on my bits and bob blanket right now. Oh, the yarn is tangled around the chair. And I really am enjoying it, so I thought let's show it to you. This is my advent calendar, one of my advent calendars from 2024. No, yes, 2024. It's from a Dutch yarn dyer. Her name is Alexandra and her company is called Het Wool Based, and I really love the way she dyes. She really loves the autumn colors, and I think this advent calendar has an autumnal name, but I can't remember. And I am holding the yarn together with a non-superwash strand of Doendaga yarn, I think. I forgot from which country it comes, but it's really quite rustic. But yeah, I thought it could be interesting to held the yarns together for a thicker blanket, and also yeah, the color blends. I am working at the bits and bob blankets, bits and bobs blanket, which is actually perfect for all your bits and bobs. But I am just knitting away my Advent mini skeins. And yeah, I love it. I love the look of it. The only thing is when you hold it together with a plain yarn, yeah, it does affect the colors. And although I love the look, it's more a marled look. I don't know if I would do it again with an advent calendar, because I think those hand-dyed mini skeins, they deserve to shine by themselves. And yeah, I love the look, but yeah, I don't know. The blanket would look totally different if I was holding only one strand. Yeah, but I love it. I love the stitch. I love everything. Oh no, I don't love everything. I don't love making mistakes in this blanket, because it is horrible to fix them. So I decided to let go the frustration. Sometimes I have a loop. I had a big one, and I think, oh yeah, here it is. Because I'm working with yarn hold doubles, every now and then I miss one strand of yarn. And then you have this kind of, can you see it? Here, show yourself. You're showing yourself all the time when I look at you, so don't be shy right now. We have a stubborn loop. But I thought I can, when the blanket's finished, maybe with a strand of the undyed yarn, I can weave it in, yeah, so it won't be visible at all. I really love working on it right now. I'm just knitting skein number 13, so I am working at the second half, and I really want to finish it this winter because it's too warm to work on in summer because of the rustic yarn, but it will be a perfect warm blanket. And we have plans for some winter camping in the near future, and this blanket would be perfect for that. Not too big, perfect wraparound, and yeah, I love it. So I am having fun with that one. I am also having fun. Oh, I discovered such a beautiful pattern last Thursday, I guess. It was Thursday. When I check my patterns on Ravelry, you have the top 20 patterns, and you get all the patterns which are hot right now. That's how it's called. And although I love to see what's hot right now, I also love to see what's new right now. So you can change the settings and you can change it from hot right now to recently added to Ravelry, so you can see all the patterns chronological. So a few times a week I check that to see what's new. So I won't miss the smaller designers or the not so popular designers. I mean, the popular designers, they deserve everything. That's not the problem, but yeah, I want to decide myself what's hot right now, and not the public. And that's okay, that's okay. I check both. So I checked recently added to Ravelry, and I found the cutest pattern from a project bag. And knitting a project bag is in the list in my head for quite a while. I have a lot of project bags. Making project bags is, I think it's a thing in the Netherlands. A lot of people do it, and a lot of people have gifted me project bags, so the most beautiful ones. So I don't need project bags, but I love the look of a knitted project bag. And yeah, every now and then I'm thinking about that. And I saw that project bag. It's quite funny because I saw it and I immediately knew I want that one. But not how it is. I will insert a picture. It is actually really lovely. It is a pink project bag, a mini project bag with red cherries. Very soft. It's knitted with one strand of fingering weight and one strand of mohair. So there's a lot of pink softness. And I think it looks very cute, but it's not really what I need in my life. But I knew that I wanted it anyway. It's from a designer, I think. I don't know if it was her first design. I can't remember. Her name is MimiSewSweet. MimiSewSweet. I think that's how it's called. I don't know anything about her. Only that she makes the most wonderful, tiny, cute little project bag. So I thought I want to make one. And I dived into my yarn stash looking for all the non-superwash little leftovers I had. to cast on one, and I started, the pattern is very clear. It was my plan to do it in other colors and replace the color work, but I fell in love with the construction. It looked so clean and so easy, and I don't know, my brain doesn't understand how I can make a project bag with especially the bottom part, and it's absolutely perfect. The instructions are so well written. I was a little bit stumbling with the yarn weight. I started with fingering weight yarn, and then I realized, oh no, she was holding two strands together, so it's a DK weight. But that's not true, because her gauge is 26 stitches, but I was already casting on. So instead of a sweet tiny little project bag, I get quite a big one. That was not really my plan, but I am having fun. I make mistakes all the time. Let me show it to you. This is one of the project bags gifted to me recently, made by a lovely Dutch knitter. She's not selling them as far as I know. Yeah, but it was a little gift. So my project bag, I had all the little leftovers, a lot of hand spun yarn by a Dutch spinner, and I thought it would be nice to make one thing of it. The yarn is attached. I just will give you a quick, I will deep dive in the yarn when it's finished. So this is what I have right now. I made a mistake. It's the second time I knitted it. The first time my gauge was way too tight. I was knitting on 3.5mm needles, and now I am on 4.5. But you start at the top, and then you make this, how do you call it? For the drawstring back, with little holes at both sides, so you can, is it called a drawstring? We call it a cord. You can put a cord in it and then tie it together. And now I am adding my own color work, and I'm using this book for it. I have it for years right now, but I hardly knitted anything about it. It's from Think and Knits, the Strange book, and yeah, there are all the color work charts in it, and I really love to play. I have more of those books. I really love to play with the color work. But I noticed that I made a mistake. Can you see it? I am knitting stars, but I forgot to knit one round in the main color before I started the color work of the chart, of the stars. I just followed the chart, but I really don't like the look of this, that it's really... Yeah, I miss the row. I have so much respect for all the people who can design beautiful things, because I was playing with this and the colors are not matching at the moment. And especially I thought I was making a tiny one, half of this. Now I'm making a big one, so I need more yarn. So I need to dive into my stash again and try to make a little bit of a balanced color combination, because yeah, it can make it or break it. And also, yeah, the color work you are adding, not everything works out nice. So I really think designing a beautiful color work item, yeah, I don't know if I'm there yet, but I love to play, so I will do that. I will rip this out and then I will add something else, I guess. I will add some colors, but I really love it, and it will be a big bag. But it's okay, it can... there can live a new sweater in it, and it feels as if I'm playing without a lot of challenge. I love playing with colors and playing with color work, playing with constructions. It's a little bit too challenging for me at the moment, but it's nice to play a little bit. So that's one. Something else I'm really having fun. No, I was not really having fun. I was really doubting about is my Kerr sweater. I am knitting a Kerr sweater. Oh, let's see. Oh, this one is not attached. With the beautiful yarn from Roll Up the Sheep. I met them again during the Breidagen, during the knitting event. They were in the Netherlands as well. I met them in Switzerland and I bought the most beautiful yarn. I really love it. It's Portuguese yarn, non-superwash. It's so soft. It's so lovely. And yeah, it's really making me happy. I bought 4 skeins, no, 2 were gifted and 2 I bought myself to knit a beautiful shawl. They had that shawl from Isabel Kramer in their booth and I fell in love, so yeah, I needed that in my life. But first let's finish this one. I will put it on for you. All the needles. Okay, I am knitting the Kerr sweater. It's a pattern from Rebecca Clow. I once made a black one with the color work and I love the fit. I am now using the pattern for a plain sweater, so I will skip the color work. There's already happening something in the yarn. And yeah, I made that neckline a little bit higher to try. I noticed that I can have a higher neckline when it's a dropped shoulder construction. And I really love it. It's also a little bit bigger than I normally do. Quite often I knit my garments a little bit too small, so I try to go up one size every time. It doesn't always work out, but I think with this one it does. The only thing was I finished this sleeve. I followed the pattern instructions. No, I didn't. I did my increases a little bit more often, every 7th row instead of every 12th row, I guess, when I say it by head, because I know that in this kind of yarn, it's a little bit of DK worsted weight yarn. I love to finish with 44 stitches for the ribbing. That's the nice ribbing for me. So I did that, but the sleeve was quite tapered and it was quite wide. I don't love my sleeves to be white. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't love the look of it. I also, when I wear those garments, this is a merino woolen t-shirt, when the sleeves, I also have some merino silk t-shirts and the sleeves are getting wide and it's annoying me. I really love fitted sleeves. So I was doubting what to do, but I decided to rip out the sleeve, knit another one. No, first I knitted another one to check if it was okay, and I think I am knitting size 3, but I am following the measurements for the sleeve size 2. And suddenly I realized that's what I need. I need to knit the body a little bit bigger, but I still can knit fitted sleeves, so I can go down a size for sleeves. Most of the time it will work, I guess. It works with this one, because this way the sleeve is okay, but there is some ease in the body, so I think it's okay. I really love it. I made some 3 by 1 rib, no, 2 by 1 rib, knit 2, purl 1. I love the look of that. I did it in the neckline as well, and yeah. I love knitting second sleeves. I have my sleeve administration with all this is the end of the decreases. It's a lovely stitch marker by a Dutch maker. She gifted it to me. It's the Zeeuwse knoop. Zeeland is one of our provincies, one of our, yeah, the Netherlands, the country is divided in all the pieces, just like any other country. And Zeeland is the one down below at the coast, at the sea. And this is a traditional one, so that's really lovely. But I know exactly what to do, and that's why I don't have the second sleeve syndrome. I just prefer to knit the second sleeve because I already figured out what to do, and I only have to copy the first sleeve, so that's really relaxing. And also the body, not much need to happen, and I can just knit as long as I have the right length. It's not really much, but yeah, so maybe I can finish it this week. It would be lovely because it feels so lovely, this yarn. It feels so good. So I have 2 other things I want to cast on this week. 2 completely different skeins. This one I bought at the Dutch knitting event. No, it was gifted to me. I wanted to buy it, but the sweet shop owner, her name is Eva Mary, but her company is called Handdyed by Eve. She gifted it to me. It's for my little niece, the 4-year-old niece. she asked me if I could knit her a pair of pink socks, and of course I will do that. So that's something I want to cast on this week. And also this one, this is longer in my stash. It's waiting, and someone in my house is very impatient waiting for this. This will be a Musselburgh hat. Do you say Musselburgh? Musselburgh? Musselburgh hat for my husband. I knitted a Musselburgh hat for my mother-in-law a few years ago in a yarn combination. I asked her which color she wanted, and when she showed me her choice of colors, I thought, okay. She chose a hand-dyed skein, a beautiful hand-dyed skein, silk with merino, but it was blue with white and red. I don't like those colors, so I knitted it for her, realizing that it's very important for me that some people don't care what they knit, but for them it's more important what the owner thinks about the color. But for me, sometimes I want that I would be such a person, but for me, my personal pleasure is during the knitting process really has to do with the color. So knitting with colors I don't really like. I don't like it. So, but my mother-in-law, she wears this hat all the time. So it's always there when we visit them. And my husband tried it on and he was really, whoa, I really love this hat. I want one too. And he has several hand-knitted hats, but not a Musselburgh. So we searched for a similar yarn, and it's also from a Dutch dyer. Her name is Marianne and her company is called Lindelicht, and she made the most beautiful red tiger eye skein, and it's a blend of merino, silk and yak. So it's very soft, and my husband, he is very sensitive for itchy yarn. So I think this will be perfect. And it was here in November or maybe beginning December, the yarn, and he is asking for it several times a week. But I play a little bit hard to get. I think it's attractive. He has all the hats already, but now it's really time. All my needles were busy knitting other things, but I bought some new needles, so I will cast this on for him this week. Yeah, so I think this was it for today. I'm a little bit all over the place. My room is a big mess. It was a busy week. I'm very good in making a big mess, but I'm also very good in organizing everything, making everything nice and neat again. But I forgot to do that last week. I was sewing all the things and knitting all the things, and then I was visiting the knitting event, so I'm a little bit behind with everything. And I have all the things on my needle, so now it's time to bring some balance back and clean and organize. And I will alternate that with knitting. I think I shared that many times, but when there's a lot to do and I also want to knit, it works so good for me to put some alarm clocks, an alarm clock on my on my watch. We say horloge, I think that's French. And then I alternate, so I can do both, and I have the best feeling, because when I only would organize and clean, I would really be frustrated that I won't have any knitting time. And when I only would knit, I would be frustrated that my house is a mess. So when I do both, I feel most happy. It works best for me. So that's what I will do, and I will bring you with me this week so I can show you next week, yeah, what was happening on my needles. I hope this was happening on my needles, but you will see it next Monday. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here. I hope you will have a wonderful week filled with a lot of heart jumping moments. If you can't find them, create them, because we need them. Bye bye!